Thank you, Martin, for bringing us a inspiring speech. I believe everyone is listening attentively, and I was looking around. Everybody is attentively listening to him, and this make us feel that through this protocol, we can share the growth dividends of DEX with everybody else. Now let's bring a team with APAC background, and many of their members were early members in the big technology companies in Web2 era, and they have created many successful products that has been used by billions of people. Let us invite Niels from Redon team and Sharon team. He's the APAC marketing lead to talk about an open and monetized channel network for 1 billion users. Hi, everyone. Sorry, I'm not that high. Probably like the talk show, I may not give you even more exciting talks. But if we look at the number, right? So we'll probably exceed 1 billion very soon. We want to create a open convertible network, chain network for Tong ecosystem. Just now, the MC mentioned we used to work in the big technology companies like Google, Microsoft, LinkedIn in Silicon Valley. And overall speaking, we felt we should do something valuable to the society and something that has long sustainable business model. But when we joined Web3, we don't feel that way, but we still feel we should have the gene to do something good. All right, so Share On is built on AI plus crypto network is called Reworks, and we provide a lot of user data and AI coring methods on chain, and we have a AI interaction network. It seems like you don't understand what I'm talking about, but one of the C side application that we built is called Redon. Currently, it actually running in Indonesia, Pakistan, and Nigeria, ranked #1 in the Google News. In these countries, which have more than 200 million population each, we have more than 1.5 million users. But looking at Tom system, we have a larger opportunity. I'm not sure if anyone come up with such a slogan. We've seen in Tong ecosystem, we have seen the most possible mass adoption opportunity. Why? Because we found in Tong system, we have social and communication capabilities. It has a social network basis, a foundation in there. As Mandarin speaking entrepreneurs, we've remembered there are successful products in WeChat network. On the left, this at its peak time has taken about 20% of the sharings in WeChat. So you can see how scary it is. And the founder said he actually wants to have a combination of desktop and Costco and Disney. And so his front end is Tencent Games and back end is Ali's operation. So this product was listed in NASDAQ, but then it was delisted now. In Web3, it has come up with several concepts like duplication, taking apprentice and various tasks and submissions, and it will distribute their profits and gains to the users. So this is the experience we have for the front end. We need to have gamify, and we need to return the gains back to the user. One more thing to add is that we need to satisfy the user's needs. Then it has reasons and meanings to stay in the long term. So in Town ecosystem, we can do many things such as shopping, social network, or games, and we can create something like a public account in WeChat. So why do we do this? The first question we asked, we got an answer like this, because Town is an open system. There is no investors that would ask us, hey, if the Tencent do this, what would you do? This is the charming terms of Web3. We don't have the answers to such a question. Secondly, we have a social network effect in Web3 in Town. We all know for social products, from 0 to 1 is very difficult, but Tong has 100 already. And third, this is the most native and most practical user scenario. That is the crypto payment. All right. This would solve many payment issues and problems in social network. All right. So that's our opportunity we have seen. And this is the explanation of a product for a user. You can read various types of content, and through your social network and influence, you can share with others. When other agree with you, they click like, and you get your token. And so this is the simple logic from the content creation to the sharing of the content. We have adopted Web3 framework and try to keep the original content indexing and original links. So in most of the places globally, this type of interaction is compliant because we've used a lot of PGC content, and that also includes a lot of user submitted content. At the same time, we've utilized AI technology to implement it, the content categorization, recommendation, and translation. So the major languages are Russian, Indonesian, and Spanish. So for the same content, you can find our native translation into major languages globally. That is something we haven't expected that it's usefulness, but later I'm going to show you a practical user case. All right. So you might ask, where does the coin come from? How to support this value? And what is your business model? This is a Web2 question. All right. So we provided Coin to have the content promotion services. Now we connect it to Line and their Web3 divisions want to promote their Web3 products, and they can pay us through Tong. And those users who are involved in the promotion of the content will share the profit. All right, and it will support our tokenomics. This is a very simple and easy to understand approach. This is after 2 months of operation. The data we have collected, you can see in some Eastern European countries and third world countries, we have a lot of users. And every day we have more than 70,000 posts that have been reposted by our users. You might ask, there are so many token distribution and token as incentive products when the users are actually taking the token, or you have the value for users to use your product. Here, I would like to demonstrate it with a user feedback. I can't read the text, but after translation, I'm quite touched. Let me talk about several details here. So in his resident area, many internet users download free movies and songs to the internet, and they think the internet information is just a scam. That's what they're faced with. By using our product, they felt the content recommended to them, and they can form a referee network to recommend their friends, their relatives, their local people to know more about the world. So this is what this feedback is about. And lastly, he talked about something related to his religion. He said this is an this is something as a guide that he would put into his heart. All right. So although we have different religions, but we found that what we do is useful to them. So let me talk about in the future what we are going to do. This is more like public account product, but we can make it so cool. All right. Today, when we look at public account through AI technologies advances, we can enhance the information acquisition efficiency. We can use a second brain or assistant to help us screen the content, to summarize it, and to tell me what to look for. All right. Secondly, in the Tong ecosystem, we can see there are many paid content and paid rights. Right. So these can be acquired through convenient crypto payment approaches. So the next stage, we're going to support paid content spreading in our network. Another thing is very interesting. We found many creators would look for us, and they don't have a lot of capability to promote their content, whether it's videos or articles or images, but many early users may think they're okay, they're good. So this is something we believe Web3 can play an important role on. We've seen friend tag approach, but through crypto and through NFT, we can help the creators acquire users, and then we can bound the creators' creations with the early users and supporters' interests together to create tokenomics. So this is a very simple thing, but we can make it wonderful. All right, so this is the last thing I want to share. After we enter Web3 field, we are still shouting out for mass adoption. We're quite tired, and many people don't believe it, but we want to do it while making money, while providing valuable products to the users. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for your sharing, because actually, as you can see today, we have a lot of very high quality content to share with you, and they all have their own QR code, so feel free to scan that and have more exchanges with them after the event. And now it's all again the time to dispatch some red packets to everyone. Hi, so I'm up on the stage again to give you more benefits. I think I'm the most popular guy today, and because there are some new friends coming to this event to join us. Once again, I will repeat that. Please download your Telegram app and scan to come into the society group chat. And I know some of you may not probably have not gotten any red packet because you're a bit slow. But this time I'm gonna increase the volume to 300 to 400. How many of you have already entered in our community? And who haven't got the red packet? I think you're not working hard enough. If you consistently press for 1 minute, I'm sure you'll be getting it. So I'm getting ready. 3, 2. Give a second. 1. Did you get it? Let me see. And so everybody is trying. So I'm also encountering some traffic. Oh, I got it. If you work hard on it, you'll get it. If you didn't get it, it's okay. We have one more round, one last round. At the end, I will give out the largest face value red packet. So please look forward to our next round of sharing. Okay, thank you, John. Just now, 2 of my friends got it. If you haven't, it's okay. Just now, John also mentioned that in the last round, we will give out the largest benefit to all. So please hang there till the end. So now back to our content agenda today. He's also leading this one of the very frontier teams to talk about why they change from Ethereum to Ton ecosystem. Now, let's welcome Potter co-founder.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. This is Potter from ETHSign. And today I want to talk about how ETHSign and Ton work together, and how that basically making decentralized signatures meet global scalability on the unified version between the two companies. And we're extremely excited to be here and to talk to every one of you. So let's get started. So yeah, many people has already know that Ton is building this super big community with 800 million people throughout this entire world. Especially in crypto, in all the conferences that I go to, we all use Telegram to connect with each other, share our contacts, and share our workflows, and do many all of our. I would say right now 80% of my work in crypto is conducted on Telegram, and shout out to the entire Telegram and Ton community for building this great progress. And as I mentioned, that Ton already had this. Enormous community can interact with different Telegram mini apps, wallets, and bots, and we see this opportunity come in, and we definitely want to leverage this into, people talk about mass adoption, but I feel like, with mass adoption, you actually need to build some like a meaningful application that can bring benefits and making value adds for the users, for the community, for the institution as well. So what is ETHSign? We started 3 years ago to build a Web3 DocuSign, and I guess many of you guys have familiar with what DocuSign is. It is a e-signature platforms. You can sign contracts. You can sign contracts on the application. We first started to think that making contract signing feature and flow, putting all the contracts in the decentralized storage, and using a private key to sign the digital signature makes a lot of sense. And we started 3 years ago, and we built a incredible UI for normal users and for institution users to use. And right now, we have over 500K users throughout the entire globe. And when people enter in ETHSign, when they're trying to sign a contract on the platform, it's as simple as the user experience is very simple as you sign the traditional document. And we also provided many contract templates where people can interact with. So when people is going to sign in MOUs, like the investment documents and those traditionally used contract, they'd be able to use it with eSign with no paying. And what interesting part is, because the UI is really similar to DocuSign, we are able to allow you to use a private key to directly generate the digital signature, and then we put it on chain. And here's how URI look like. We have officially integrated with Singapore government ID, SINPass, as well as like RNS and many other traditional identity, so that making sign contract, making verify a contract, making verify a signature as easy as verify a transaction on Etherscan. And we decided to bring the entire eSign contract signing flow to TON. As we launched in last year around June, we have built a ETHSign bot, which we directly enable users to use TON Telegram to sign contracts without leaving the mobile app. Here is what it looks like. You go to the ETHSign bot, and you can directly, review and sign and start to send contracts to whatever through a Telegram handle or through any EVM networks. And talking a lot about contract signing, but that is only the first part that we're trying to build. We do see that building signing contracts is a pain that we see in the crypto world. But what we are expanding the ecosystem is we see that a lot of users are using ETHSign to sign investment documents, including signing SAFs or signing safes. But most of the times when investors sign those investment documents, all the vesting schedule, unlocking terms is it's not enforceable directly by the contract. So we saw this pain, and we see, hey, we need to build a platform that allows when investors, when they sign the investment document, all this token distribution and unlock can be conducted on chain when we're trusted by the smart contract. So on top of the contract signing part, we built token table, which is the first capital management company in Web3 that we help investors and we help founders to manage their entire contract signing, token distribution, investor lockups, and more. It looks like this, for any founders down there, for any investors down there. If you're, worried about you're not getting your tokens, you're worried about where to verify to manage all of your contracts. This is the platform you guys are going to use. And till today, for Token Table, we already helped 200 projects to help 200 projects to distribute tokens, and an entire value exceeds $2 billion USD, and we generate 1.5 million USD revenue in Q1. Some of the prominent users are Starknet, ZetaChain, Scroll, Meta Network, Mochaverse, and more. And so, as I said, if you are an investor or you're a founder and you're looking for a solution like this, we are the go-to platform for doing this. So we built ETHSign and token table in the past 2 and 3 years, and we started to realize that. So what we already built is a application layer, and we are building this meaningful apps that for the entire Web3 communities, leveraging the TON network and the community. But at the end of the day, we're thinking of what we really see the pain in the industry is it is impossible. It's really hard to build a trust and build trust between off-chain and on-chain. That's why we are introducing our new protocol, which is Sign Protocol. It is a proven network that we can prove anything on-chain. So how it works is like this. Imagine when you're signing a contract, and it is making your private key to generate an attestation on chain. We put that attestation and store it in different EVM blockchains and decentralized storage. And in the traditional world, in ETHSign, we have contract template, which is our preliminary contracts that was set up by the lawyers that say, hey, you don't need to worry about all the content. You just need to sign your digital signature on there. In ETHSign, we do think that with Sign Protocol, we're building this omni-chain attestation layer where we build something called schemas, which is you can think of it as a contract template, allowing users to attest any information through a certified or through a authority on off-chain. We are able to attest anything including identity, smart contracts, AI agents, organizations through our schemas and put it onto the blockchains. And our mission is bringing identity ownership and consent on-chain, accelerate on-chain economy, making all digital information globally verifiable. Why it's so is, as we see the ongoing popping off the entire RWA, our real assets schemes, and also with all the bridging the two worlds scenario. We need a trusted network to verify all the information from off-chain to on-chain through our attestation network. So when the prover, instead of signing a contract, you're signing an attestation, and this attestation could help you to build to generate many interesting benefits on-chain. So one interesting use case is, we helped this company called Zeta Chain when they're trying to airdrop their token back in I think February. They need to have all their token airdroppers who exceeds 200 Zeta to go through an off-chain KYC because they want to prevent that all the users coming to getting the airdrops are bots. They want to prevent cyber attack and be OFAC compliant. So how are we going to do so? So basically, how they did it is we work with a KYC platform called SumSub off-chain. All the users who are eligible to claim 200 Zeta, they go to SumSub to go through the KYC process. After they go through the KYC process, SumSub, as the attestation hub, they generate this attestation for these users on-chain. So for this 15K Zeta Chain users, they be able to get the attestation proof on-chain that allows them to claim the airdrops. And by doing this, we're helping 14.4K KYC attested users to get more than 30 million Zeta airdrop through our entire Sign Protocol attestation network. By doing this, the most interesting part about this is all these KYC attested users, they don't need to get attested one more time, which means that they could participate in any of these airdrop events or public sale events in the future. Right now, we're working with some other really big partners to help to get all the KYC, all the community in their network to get KYC'd. And once they're done so, they'll be able to enjoy many benefits and participate in all the activities on chain. So as we know right now, SumSub, they already built this KYC bot on Telegram. So what I do see the future is, back in the days, I remember in the back in the 2016, 2017 times, when back in the ICO days, oftentimes what happened is somebody created a group chat. Somebody created a group chat and said, "Hey, I'm doing it ICO, and this is the smart contract address. Everybody just wire your ETH to this wallet, and I'm guaranteed that we're going to get your token in the future." So how could ETH sign, token table, and sign protocol to address this? Is imagine in current days, we are using Telegram ton to build the biggest public sale platform with a compliant fashion by having the KYC providers verify the users are a KYC compliant, by having token table to make sure that the token is distributed in the fashion that matches what you get in the contract that you sign, and using ETH to sign the investment document. So essentially, we're making the entire investing distribution and in a very compliant, in a very easy way through the Telegram in the TON network. And with SemSub and in the other TON ecosystem, we do foresee a future where we can participate in these activities very, very easily. So what I want to say is, at ETHSign, we want to bring digital signatures to global scalability through our 3 products, through ETHSign, through Token Table, and through Sign Protocol. And we're working with TON together to make sure that it is done in a grand scale. And shout out to the TON ecosystem, shout out to the TON Foundation for making this happen. And we're really happy to work with all of you guys in the future. And the future is bright. Sign everything on chain. Thank you.
Thank you, 谢谢. Thank you, Porter.
使用，谢谢，谢谢。Thank you for your sharing. The next speaker is also somebody who's playing a very important role because he's a very experienced investor. So now let's hear what kind of criteria they have when they are choosing those outstanding projects to work with. So now I'd like to invite Kevin. Kevin is a digital portfolio manager. It's also a very good friend, an old friend, investor of TON. Let's welcome Kevin to be on stage.
Hello? 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 Oh, shit. How do we go back? There we go. Can you guys hear me? Yeah? Okay, we're good. 大家好. Hello, guys. Unfortunately, my Chinese is a little bad, so I'm going to speak in English, but it's nice to meet you guys. So my name is Kevin. I'm the portfolio manager at Brevin Howard Digital. Before this, I was a general partner at Dragonfly. So I've been in crypto for a little while. I think to this day, we've traded about maybe close to, I don't know, $20 billion of crypto, which means I've probably made every mistake known to mankind in every situation. I think this makes me a good person to kick off an investor panel. But before this, I wanted to share some of my thoughts on crypto in general and why I think TON is very interesting, right? So the number one question I get asked when people talk about crypto or blockchain is that, hey, like, when are we going to get hundreds of millions of users? When is that going to happen? And obviously, we're all here. By the way, the users and holders are different, right? You can argue we have hundreds of millions of users on the centralized exchanges, but they're not actual real on-chain users. So obviously, we're all here because we believe TON could be part of the solution or the solution. But I think it would be good to look at where the industry is today and where we could be going, right? So at a very, very high level, we've been building an infrastructure for the last 10 years. And we're at a pretty good spot, right? You look at the smart contracts infrastructure today, we pretty much have decent, decent, fast, cheap block space, varying degrees of decentralization and trustlessness, but it works. We have DeFi that's been battle tested with trillions of dollars of volume, and we have various primitives like GameFi and NFTs, right? So you would think, right, for the first time in 10 years, we could be, hey, we're ready for kind of mass infrastructure, or sorry, mass, infrastructure. We have infrastructure that can handle apps that can, that can be used by hundreds of millions of people. But you look at some of the L1s today, right? What's actually going on our L1s today? We've made some progress, but today most of the L1s are generally built for traders and whales. There's a lot of money on them, but it's not for everyone, right? So I think Ton is taking a pretty different approach, and we'll dive into that. But it's an approach that has a real shot of working. And I've been following the ecosystem for about 2 years, been an investor for almost 2 years, and I've seen a lot of progress. And right now, we're at a huge inflection point. And my thesis for kind of the next 2 years of what's happening in crypto and Ton is that, okay, one, I think the best place to build consumer apps is going to be on the Ton blockchain, right? Not anywhere else. And two, I think this industry is going to go through a massive shift from infrastructure to applications in terms of value accrual, right? And I think that's pretty much inevitable. And Ton's kind of at the center of that, right? So, as an investor, Ton's obviously a layer 1 blockchain. You kind of have this, premium for being an L1, but it's also at the center of the industry transitioning from an infrastructure-based kind of economy to consumer and apps-oriented economy, right? So we can unpack some of these things that we're saying. So yeah, let's first look at where we are now. Sorry, the slides are ghetto. I made them, unfortunately. So this is like a chart of like where all the users are, right? This is again on-chain users only, not including any of the centralized apps or exchanges. Best guess, we probably have, I don't know, a few million monthly actives, because a lot of the ecosystems are, there's a lot of overlaps, right? And many people have many wallets. I probably have, I don't know, thousands of wallets, if not hundreds. So there's a lot of double counting, but best guess is probably a few million MAUs, right? And but what's interesting about kind of crypto is that everyone is really rich, right? So there's almost $100 billion on chain. I think DEXs trade about $9 billion a day, and on-chain derivatives around the same, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is, by the way, also the layer 1 ecosystems are all these guys, right? Solana Foundation, Ethereum Foundation, all these guys are super rich, right? They have tens of billions of dollars in treasuries, and all the protocols have a lot as well. So what I'm trying to say is, okay, so you're at this point where basically all the crypto whales and the traders have battle tested everything that's happening, right? And there's clearly a ton of money. So if we're able to build something that has utility, that can attract users, there's enough capital here to actually build, a vibrant kind of ownership-based economy that we always talk about. And obviously the hard thing here is distribution, because none of the L1s have real distribution. And part of the problem is that there's no identity, there's no good UI, UX, and there's definitely no kind of smooth way of onboarding users. And Telegram and Ton actually provides solutions for all of these things, right? So here's here's kind of where we are today, right? With applications and infrastructure, which I think is kind of interesting, right? This is basically what the market is saying, what things are worth, right? So as reference, this chart is kind of the aggregated circulating market cap of everything that's in crypto, right? If you do Bitcoin's obviously in the green line, it's like 1.3 trillion. Everything in orange is all the infra stuff, right? All the L1s, L2s, including Ethereum. That's roughly 740 billion. And all the applications are worth about 60 billion together, right? So there's a 13x difference. What I'll say is, okay, you look at this thing and why is this chart this way, right? So a lot of people are thinking, okay, in the beginning people were talking about fat protocol thesis and whatnot. There's some truth in that, but obviously I think when people were talking about that, there weren't a lot of ways to monetize apps, right? There weren't a lot of ways to monetize users and apps. So, that was the prevailing theory back then. My hypothesis is that, obviously, it's hard to have such a case where, you have so much infrastructure, but you have nothing built on top of it, and the infrastructure is worth a lot, right? It's kind of weird, right? And the next chart basically says the same thing, right? This is, I'm getting maybe a bit too geeky, but if you look at the average valuation, right, across the different infrastructure versus apps, right? So this is, if you divide the market cap if you divide the market cap by kind of the annualized revenue, right? This is kind of the multiples across the space, right? How much investors are paying for infrastructures and how much investors are paying for applications. So you'll see that, right now, this is with the orange line is everything that's in applications. By the way, this is on log chart, right? So things are really crazy at some point. So you'll see